Hi everyone, it's Shamila Ramjawan coming to you from the Red Corner Chat. This evening we have the gorgeous Nicola Jackman, who's also known as Nikki Jackman. Nikki is an innovative performance artist from the heart, a story weaver and joy catalyst, co-creator of the up.org.za, as well as Thrivors. Hello, Nikki.
Hello. I realize I've still actually got my name here as Thrivors.tv, but that's a great start anyway, because that's where I'm going to keep telling people to go. So hello, Shamila. Thank you so much for having me this session for our Red Corner.
So happy to have you on the chat this evening, Nikki. So the story weaver that you are, do you maybe want to tell me in a nutshell the story about Nikki Jackman?
Yes, and I actually will be a little bit creative with it because I can never resist being a bit creative. I'll give you the fairy tale version of her. She's this very cute little character that was seemingly very different to all. She grew up in Southern Africa, born in Zimbabwe, and took her traveling time through 13 schools around Southern Africa. All along, she knew she wanted to be a performing artist and got blessed to be in Isidingo and then later to create her own shows, of which one is a little one-woman show called Mafrica that reached lots and lots of children in schools. And the biggest and most fruitful thing that this crazy Nicola Jackman did was that she was able to start the UP, the Upliftment Program. And the Upliftment Program has been active for 16 years, and it's been bringing joy to countless children in children's homes, in schools. And basically the main thing for me, because now I can bring it back to this moment, is how do I support the world to have more joy? How do I help all the stories that we all are, our past stories, our potential future stories, how do I support them all to weave together so that we can be the humankind that we're supposed to be and thrive?
Love it. Absolutely love it. Nikki, what are you currently working on?
So, like I said, Thrivors.tv, this is a very, very exciting project. About 5 years ago, I started re-looking again. And I think as women in business, as men in business, if you're not re-looking, you're not re-looking enough. You need to feel like you're re-looking all the time. And so I was re-looking and I realized that actually we needed to be a little bit more innovative. We needed something more punchy. Upliftment program is beautiful, but it's not making a big enough difference. Anybody who's in the world of change right now knows we're at a tipping point. We need stuff to get going, you know, like Greta Grunberg says, the kitchen's on fire. Why is nobody doing something about it? So with that in mind, I have the amazing business partners, Ryan Christian and Torsten Kremser, and we pooled our resources and our energy together, and we came up with a reality TV show, which we even said we won't call it reality, we'll call it real TV, because it doesn't look like the old school reality TV where, you know, where everybody's just doing odd things. We wanted to show people that there's a new real, and it's a real where people are really committed to making a difference. And Shamila, you're a living example of that, which is why you ended up being in the show.
Yes, and I absolutely loved it. So do you want to maybe tell us a little bit more about it, the whole inception, the thought behind it, how you got to choose your 8 Thrivors, and just a little bit about that. I know you love telling stories, so let's hear the story about Thrivors TV.
I am so happy to share the story, and thank you. You know, wow. I think the biggest thing for me that is on the tip of my tongue right now is this context of I knew in my heart of hearts, probably even in Isidingo days, that somehow I was going to get involved in production. And then I had my first producing experience. Actually, I left Isidingo to produce a reality TV show. And I, unlike all of you wonderful innovators, I didn't have any business training. I had acting background. And so I had a dismal fail first, like a crash land show that didn't really get off the ground and just put me in a truckload of debt. And then I kept the seed. I just refused to give up. I knew that I would somehow do it. And then 5 years ago, like I said, I was sitting there in this space of, okay, what could it be? And I was like, it has to be a show that shows people that we can actually work together. It's no longer about us working alone. It's about what we can do when we come together with the similar intention. And so with that in mind, Ryan Christian and Torsten Kremser and myself, we grafted and grinded, and we were like, okay, it's got to be 21 days. It needs to be 8 Thrivors. We wanted to kind of have certain elements of it that were a bit like a reality show, you know, like, okay, cool, there's only that many people, and how much time do they have, and what difference can they make? And so with that in mind, we boldly took the date, set the date. Thank God we set it for last year, because with lockdown, you know, it wouldn't be happening this year. And once we had set the date, we were like, okay, well, now we need the Thrivors. And we were like, I wonder what's going to happen with that. So, of course, we just put the social media post out, and we were like, okay, brand new real TV show coming out soon, looking for innovators, movers and shakers, masters of skill. And we were flooded. We had such extraordinary nominees, and we sat there, and it was so funny because Toto and I had seen a few. So Torsten's aka Toto, we had seen a few of you guys, and we were already like, oh my word, and we hadn't shown Ryan yet, and we were actually in Swellendam. We had just decided that we were more than likely going to shoot the first season there, and we were like, okay, Ryan, we need to choose, you know, we need to get the shortlist. Here's some people. And every single one, he was like, no, you guys are kidding. This is ridiculous. What? What? This is ridiculous. They're so good. What is going on here? And then we came into this kind of shortlist space where we knew we needed just the right kind of variety of people. We needed to kind of think of our world, you know, and our world is so diverse, and we've got so many different beautiful people and different tribes and different creeds. And we were like, how do we find, as close as we can, the most diverse mix of people? And hence, yeah, you were definitely, for me, Shamila, I can say you were one of my favorites. I was like, I just can see this queen. I was like, she's so beautiful, and she's going to be so challenged with the camping, but she's a trooper. I know she can do it.
Not too much into that right now. I remember the time, you know, when I had to send in the video. So that was quite a challenge on its own. And I thought, what do I put in here for them to actually choose me? Because I really want to be on that show. So it was, I had sleepless nights, you know, just trying to think about what are the content for that video. And lo and behold, I was chosen. So yeah. So do you think, Nikki, you made the best choice, or you, Ryan, and Toto made the best choice with the 8 Thrivors?
100%. 100%. You know, we say in the beginning of Thrivors, we say, welcome to a 21-day human experiment. That's what it was. You know, maybe this is also something for everybody else out there that is, you know, sitting at that entrepreneur crossroad or that innovation crossroad. You just got to trust your instincts. And our instincts were so solid behind you guys. And so whatever was going to show up in the 21 days was going to be perfect, because remember, we don't even know, Shamila, what's going to happen to the viewers, right? So the viewers that are resonating with you will understand the process and the challenge that you're going through. And then you get to support them and they support it's just the win-win-wins is where it's at. And we haven't spoken a lot about that, but I do just want to put that into context. That's what we were practicing for 21 days. Above everything else, we were all in the practice of finding the way that I win in my life while I support others to win, and I support the world to win. And you were all doing that perfectly. You were in the practice like a good athlete.
Yes, I think we all are just waiting to see the final, to watch it on the big screen, because I think, we just shot 24/7. The camera crew are great, behind us all the time. It's going to be unscripted. It's real. It's us. It's human beings. We cried, we laughed, we played. It was just amazing. It was such an amazing journey.
It really was. And it was rough, I really like to put that in context to people, in my ideal world, Thrivors would have been given a little bit more glamping treatment. And I think I even promised everybody that they were all going to have unlimited Wi-Fi and all of that. But we had the hustle, I mean, it was 3 people. It's not like we were all gazillionaires. We're 3 people who have very real lives and charities and families and everything else. And we made a commitment to shoot this first season. And you rock stars were the ones that were bold enough to also believe in the concept, to just dive in and give yourself the opportunity to see what would happen in the experiment. And
well, thank you so much. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be in South Africa's first Thrivors TV reality show, which is going to be screened soon. But Nikki, just take me back to the challenges that all of you faced putting this together.
Well, we knew we had to have a certain amount of money in order to ensure that 45 people were going to be accommodated and fed. That was the first thing. And there really wasn't much available. So it was like, okay, how are we going to do this? So it was, just kind of steadily breaking each bit apart. You know what they say, if you want to eat an elephant, how do you do it? one bite at a time. Well, we would just broke everything down into bite-sized chunks, and we had such a glorious team. Francois, Talia, Killian, all these people were like just so engaged in whichever way they could to help pull in small sponsors here and there or discounts on food. And so it was kind of like a hustle. We just hustled. And then Ryan was amazing, because we realized that at a certain point that if we were shooting for Netflix, which is what our intention absolutely was, to have that high level grade filming and audio, that we needed to be shooting on 4K. Now, shooting on 4K also means that you need a load of hard drive space. I think we ended up with 70 terabytes of footage.
Goodness. That's a lot, yes.
So you're sitting in this dance of editors having to load all the footage so that the memory cards are all free again and they can all be loaded again. And so you're constantly in this dance. And so I think probably the biggest challenge for Toto and myself was being in the juggle of, how do we hold the community? Because I'm such a cheese ball. I'm a girl, I'm like you. We love to host people and love people and everything. Now I've got 45 people I feel responsible for. How do I make them all feel happy, And then at the same time, show up for a camera moment or something. I'm like, the girl needs some makeup. Oh, my word. There were still moments like that amidst it all. But it really wasn't that challenging, if I can say that. It really wasn't, because there was something, I felt like we were held. I felt like we were all supported. There was something much bigger going on than just us as 45 people living together in a tented village. We were doing something really good for our world.
Absolutely. I think everything just fell into place. But I think, you guys did it from the heart. And I think that is what actually put everything into place. So well done on that. Great job. We were so comfortable. We had such a blast. And we had those odd moments as well. But, it was just such an amazing experience. I'll never forget that for the rest of my life. I will cherish those memories. But Nikki, just tell me the whole, how can one support this mission? Because you have Thrivors TV, we've got everything, we've got the content, but how can one support that? Because now we need the finance, we need to actually now roll it onto TV so everyone can view it. But before we go to that, can you maybe just touch on the projects that we had, just very briefly on the projects, not giving away too much?
Okay, so a standard with Thrivors is that there are 4 missions. So, and every season of Thrivors, you guys, the 8 Thrivors, are going to choose different ways of accomplishing these tasks. But the basic standard 4 tasks are to complete a symbol of hope. So to leave a symbol of hope behind in the community that we are serving. To deliver outreach in whichever way that is, whether that's working with the local community schools or the other projects, but to actually do specific outreach in that community for that time that we're there. Then the good doers, who are extraordinary, beautiful humans that already live in that community, that are already making a difference. Get behind them and support them in whichever way is possible. And then last and definitely not least was to create the greatest show for Earth. So zero pressure. I mean, you 8 Thrivors have literally 21 days and you have to not just do outreach, not just create a symbol of hope, not just support the good doers, but also pull off a production that is supposed to be on stage, that is a representation of this amazing community and all of the talents that you can gather up to pull off the greatest show for Earth. And you guys, it was, spoiler alert, watch the show to see.
And that was with zero funding.
Right. So that was us literally maxing out every capacity we had, always keeping in mind that we were going to get a sponsor, and we still hold that space. So, there's, the world will see when the show actually does come out that there'll be some form of alignment, because we're very aware that in our world's changing right now, we can't resist support. We've got to work with the support that we can get, and then support everybody to win with that support. And so I think we were just very quick with choosing to do the show as swiftly as we did, and we weren't able to tie up the sponsor then. And I still believe the sponsor's coming in now, and then that will help us to complete the edit, which costs quite still a lot of money to get that edit complete, and all the final elements, coloring it and grading it and all of that, and then hurrying up the broadcasters so that it can be on our screens. And we still hold the space that will be out in 2020.
That is just, I can't wait. I'm just so impatient. I just want to see myself on the big screen. All the excitement. So how can we as the public now support this mission?
So thank you for asking, Shamila. I think there's 2 big things that people can do. The first thing is take the YouTube link. That is our trailer. Like the YouTube link. Tell your friends to like the YouTube link. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Get behind it. Imagine all those potential sponsors, all those potential broadcasters, if they see 1 million views on that YouTube link, they're like, oh my word, they already have an audience. Of course they're going to put it out and broadcast it. So that's the first thing. Just take the YouTube link and share it and like and do what you're good at. Public, we're good at sharing when we like something. So if you like Thrivors, share it, please. And then the second point is, if you feel like you can put some resources our way, we've created a wonderful deck of cards. We call them the 42, and essentially it's 42 days that we did during lockdown, where we created not just one 21-day mission, but two, and we put them together. So it became a 42-day kind of intensive online experience. And every day there was a centering thought. And so there's this amazing deck of cards that we call the 42, and they're available. People can buy them for $5, pre-order them. We've pretty much brought out 250 as an exclusive one-time offer for everybody who would like to get behind us. It's only 500 Rand, and people can literally just buy a deck or buy some for their friends. And it's beautiful because it comes like in a nice little box, and it's got all of the, different centering thoughts, and each centering thought is completely different. Oopsie, it's picking up my code there. Each one is different. Hang on, let me see if I can get one there. There you go. I love fear. And then what's great is that in the back of it, it's got a QR code. So you scan the QR code with your phone, and it instantly opens up a visualization and a guidance for that day.
That is amazing. Nikki, I actually didn't place my order yet, so I'm going to do that for sure. And I'm also
Thank you. They're lovely presents for Christmas even, for everybody for the end of the year. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I'm also going to buy some for Christmas presents. So yes, my order's coming through. But do you think 250 packs are going to be enough?
I hope that everybody says it's not enough and we bring out a few more. But you know what? This is the thing about doing something exclusive. You miss the 250 decks. That means that you just missed getting the bonus. We're giving everybody a surprise bonus in their packs. And also Toto and I, as the hosts, will be signing each deck as the exclusive kind of, hosts of Thrivors. You got the first edition. So yeah, that resource is literally a little bit of cash play for us to be able to put in while we're awaiting the final agreements with sponsors and things. So that's to keep our editors afloat so that they can hurry up and get the edit done.
Yay, I love bonuses, so I'm definitely getting mine. So my order is going to come through. So, Nikki, just final words, any messages out there? It's Women's Month. Do you maybe want to touch on something else and then give us a closing message?
Yeah, I think, being the woman that I am, my stand is that we as women remember to be women. And a woman's role, for me, the strongest thing that we can bring into this world is heart. We have so much to bring to our world. And our world for a long time has needed women to step up into leadership and into business. And that doesn't mean that you have to be a man. We get to hold the heart space. And I often will say in business meetings when people are like, oh, the emotions, I'm like, yeah, I wear my heart on my sleeve, which helps you to know when things are going groovy, you're going to see this beaming grin. And when they're not, you're going to see me grappling with something because my heart is fully expressed in my being. So hence the performing heartist. And this performing heartist holds a passion that together, humanity, we are going to do this. We have not done it properly before. Across religions, across cultures, they've all spoken about love versus fear. Love is so much more powerful than the fear. Remember to love. If as cheesy as it sounds, choose love. When the fear feels like it's too much, remember that love knows a way, and love will find a path. It always does.
Love it. And I saw one of your cards that says, I love fear. Nikki Jackman, thank you so much for coming on board and chatting to me. I wish you all the best, and To everyone listening to this, please go out and support Nikki Jackman. She's got a birthday coming up in 5 days' time. We need to now sell out those 250 packs of cards and raise those funds to edit Thrivors TV so that you can view it on the big screen. I wish you all of the best and stay awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And Shamila, thank you for being the bold warrior woman that you are, for wearing your heart and your beauty so boldly. And you keep shining, sister. I see you.
Thank you, Nikki. Love you lots. Bye.
Love you too. Cheers, everybody. Look after yourselves.
Thank you, everyone,
Ciao.
for watching. I wish you all the best. Take care. Lots of love. Bye.
Bye.